Yeah, so just a few words on like how we do things in Youth Demand. The most important thing is non-violence. So Youth Demand is a non-violent organisation. It doesn't mean we just like peace and flowers and we like to hang around with bare feet and touch trees. It means we're using non-violence because we think it's the most effective strategy to enact change at this point in history. If you're taking part in a Youth Demand action, we ask everyone to abide by this principle. So what that means, it mainly means two things. It means non-violence with the public and it means non-violence with the police. So in terms of the public, when you're on swarms, you often get aggressive people, people who are Zionists or people who are or angry drivers who are obviously upset because they've been blocking the traffic. When this happens, when an aggressive member of the public comes up to us, we don't react back to inflame the situation. We effectively ignore them. We don't want to don't ignore them in a way that will get them more angry. You can obviously acknowledge them, you can acknowledge them and say I hear what you're saying. I wish we didn't have to be doing this, something along these lines. But we don't escalate and say anything back to them, that will could be seen as aggressive or to inflame the situation. We try and cool it down. On each of the swarms there'll be de-escalators, people that are trained in how to de-escalate the situation, which basically means absorbing what they're saying so that they're challenging you and not everyone else. There'll be de-escalators on the swarms. So if you want someone to you can shout out to the de-escalator, or they'll be pointed out to you and they can come over and try and handle it, so you can go back into the swarm. And it also means non-violence with the police. So obviously the police may grab people, they may push people. We don't push them back, we don't grab them, we don't touch the police. If they're pushing you or shoving you, you can just basically move, move as they push you off the road. If you're going to, the team leader will then give instructions at this point. It's very likely that if the police are there, as soon as the police arrive, we're going to we move off the road pretty quickly after that, because we want to minimise the risk of arrest. We don't want people getting arrested on these actions. That shouldn't really happen. But if it does happen, we don't push back. We basically move. We move with them. And then obviously you can move around again. You can do what you want afterwards. And likewise, with members of the public, if people get aggressive, which they may people, drivers can get visible. They can try and shove you off the road. And if that happens again, you're not going to push them back. You're not going to square up to them. You, again, let them push you and move around, and then just move your way around and filter your way back into the block again. And so when this happens, obviously they can't, a group of drivers can't even stop the block. You just keep moving around and just securing it again.
terrorists. Enjoying the sun.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We are the people! We are the people!
Bombing now, 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 now!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! Stop Palestine! Shut it down for 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 Palestine! Free the people, free the land! Free the people, free the land! No peace on stolen land! No peace on stolen land! No police on taken away! Free Palestine! Liberation! Not a racist occupation! Liberation! Army Israel! Stop funding war crime! Stop funding war crime! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Stop bombing Israel! Stop bombing Israel! Stop bombing Israel! Stop bombing Israel! Genocide! Stop funding genocide! Free Palestine! Let's go to the occupation! Liberation! Racist occupation! Hands off the militarists! Hands off the militarists! Decolonize! Decolonize! Government change! Genocide in your name! Genocide in your name!
Like, we have barely scratched the surface. This was day one of a sustained month of action. We know that this is the only language that our corrupt government speaks, right? The only language they speak is when we put our bodies on the line, when we use the privilege that we have as people in this country, a country that is violating international law, a country that is arming a genocide, and a country that is refusing to make the rich pay damages for those countries and communities most affected by climate breakdown. Right? We are here because we recognise that these are not isolated anomalies. They are symptoms of a system that is sick and that will never change by us asking nicely, right? It takes sustained non-violent direct action. And just look at the police response to today. It is disgusting. A week ago, they bashed in the door to a Quaker meeting house. Worship. Having a conversation. They are scared. Make no mistake, they recognise our collective power, and we have to as well. This is just the beginning. And you know what? I think we should give this chance to the Met Police as well. Hell, join us. Sign up at youthdemand.org. Prove what side you're really on.
Justice or genocide! Justice or genocide!
This is incredible. Just the energy here on this day alone, just the people that have been able to show up. We have shut it down today. And we're going to continue to do it day after day after day because we know it's necessary. So if you aren't already signed up for action and you want to be, we're going to split into breakouts. We're going to debrief because at the end of the day, we are a community of resistance. We are founded on love and on supporting each other, and that is why we will outlive this broken system that can never sustain itself. So we're going to split into these breakouts. There are going to be facilitators. If you're not already signed up for action and you want to be, go and speak to them, give them your number, and we can get you.
So today, Youth Demand kicked off its April campaign of swarming across London. And what we're hoping to achieve is to use non-violent action to put pressure, as much pressure as we physically can on the government. We've had like 18 months now, since October 2023, when the Palestine movement in the UK skyrocketed. We've had 1 million people out on the street right at the peak of it. We still have 100,000 plus out every month in London marching. And it's unbelievably clear now that this is not going to produce any results, right? Marching is not a real threat to the government. They know how to control it. The routes are pre-approved. It puts no real pressure on the government, right? What puts pressure on the government is material economic disruption. That's the only thing they care about. That's the only thing they listen to. And if we can shut down London, if we can blockade the London's infrastructure, road infrastructure, that's what they listen to, right? That is material economic disruption. So Youth Demand today kicked off our April campaign of doing this, of swarming in London pretty much every single day for a month straight. And we successfully kicked off the campaign today with four swarms across London, finishing on Tower Bridge. So Youth Demand has two demands. So the first thing we're demanding is that the UK government imposes a full trade embargo on Israel, including of weapons. The UK has, like a 5.5 billion trade relationship with Israel. Again, all of this stuff keeps them, gives them the ability to, wage the genocide that they're waging. Right? We prop them up. And the second thing that we're demanding is that the UK government must raise £1 trillion by 2030 from taxing the rich and fossil fuel corporations to pay climate damages to the global south. So obviously countries across the world are getting completely devastated by emissions from countries like the UK, and we have a responsibility to them. We have to, it's an emergency scramble, right, to get them the resources they need. And to get these things, we're doing a month of sustained action. So as I said before, the government doesn't care about they don't care about symbolic action, but they also don't care like marches, like rallies. They just don't, it doesn't influence their policy. It doesn't put material pressure on them to make a decision. But they also don't care about disruptive action that happens just for a day, right? Disruptive action that happens for a day or for 2 days, again, they can ignore it. The only thing that's actually going to get through is disruptive action that happens for week on end, like week after week after week. And so that's what we've designed a campaign around in April. We're swarming at least 5 days a week for a month straight, kicking off today. And we think this is one of the only things that's actually going to get it home, right? This is one of the only things that's going to force the government to change its policy. We need to be disrupting in the capital, where the elites are, where the media is, and that's the only, that's how we think we can force change.